Join us live on the Sherry Lord Talk Show podcast. Start your day off with the Higher Vibrational Podcast with weekly guests covering spirituality, healthy foods, and so much more. Go to sherrylord.com for more info. Hey, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us every Tuesday. We really appreciate you. And if you get a chance, please like us and please help share our page. We have so many special guests on our page too. And you can also go to the website, www.sherrylord.com, and you can see our guests. We have past guests and our current guests. And we also want to let you know, we also are taking ads for our podcast, and they're really reasonable. Somebody wants an ad, you can call me at 941-961-2731 to place an ad. We're really good at wanting to market you. And if you want to be on my show, go to our website, sherrylord.com, and tell me why you'd want to come on our show. We would love to have you. And we have a very special guest. Her name is Nancy Lord, and she's all heart. She's really, really heart. She's a Reiki practitioner, and we're going to go over her journey because we all have a journey of our unfoldment. Hi, Nancy. Welcome for joining us.
Hi, Sherry. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and you love your Reiki, and it's shifted and changed you on your life. And also, you do a lot of work on animals, and there's a lot of people here that love their animals. But before we go there, can you explain a little bit about how your path unfolded and how Reiki has changed you?
And I absolutely can, yes.
And about how any tips to do with animals too when you're doing Reiki and owners. They want to know what they can do, how they, what your experiences have been.
Super. Well, I've been doing Reiki for just about a year. I had not been familiar with Reiki until about 2 years ago. I didn't even know what it was. And my first Reiki experience for me, I knew I was hooked. I knew it was my calling. I knew it was meant to be, and I knew it was part of my journey. I knew that I was different since I was very young. I saw things other people didn't see. I heard things other people didn't see. I felt things immensely, and I just kind of nurtured it all these years. And I seem to have hit a pocket or a door about 2 years ago that just everything fell into place. I found Reiki, Reiki found me, and I immediately took the classes and the courses, and now I have a Reiki room in my house where I share Reiki right in person. I also do distance Reiki, which means you don't even have to be in the room, you don't have to be in the town, you don't even have to be on the planet. I can send Reiki energy wherever it needs to go. I can also do animal Reiki and the distance animal Reiki. Animals are a little bit different because they're not always eager to participate. Okay. And that's pretty much how you know if the animal is going to accept the Reiki, is whether or not they're going to stay near you or not. If they bolt or if they leave, that means it's not happening right now. It's their choice. They're very, very, very intuitive. Animals are super, super intelligent. And the fact that when you give a Reiki, if I do like a distance Reiki on someone who's, say in New York or wherever, and they're lying on their bed, and if there's a cat or a dog near them, I can tell because the animals will absorb the energy. They will steal the energy from you. So it's better off if they are not in the room for you to get the full experience of the healing energy. It's okay, but like I said, it's not fair to you if the animals steal it all. So, but animals are very accepting and very gracious to have the energy. I just started practicing on my own almost 20-year-old Corgi Pomeranian mix, an old gray man, and he just seems to be bouncing all over the place. It's quite an amazing thing to encounter, is the Reiki, the energy from the Reiki. It's wonderful.
Wow, that's amazing. When you started doing Reiki, what was your experiences from your first class to your second class, from Reiki 1 to Reiki 2? What's the difference for you?
Reiki 1 is about self-healing, physician
Mhm.
heal thyself, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's learning how to do self-Reiki. And even if you don't go any further, you've got an amazing ability to do Reiki on yourself at
Right.
any given time. Um, the thing about Reiki is that um, anyone can do it. Anyone. It's
Yeah.
not a talent, it's not a gift, it is just something that you learn to do. If you're interested and you believe in the power of the universe, you bring it in and you use that force. You carry it and you share it. One, you don't have to be anything special to be a Reiki
Okay.
practitioner. So Reiki 1 was about healing yourself. Reiki 2 is about being able to administer Reiki to other people. And then in that case, once again, they don't have to believe to get Reiki and for Reiki to work, which is kind of a neat concept. It's
Okay.
like the power of prayer. You can pray for someone who doesn't believe, it's still going to
Yeah.
work. So the Reiki energy works that way, and it goes where it's needed and where it's intended. And um and that's why I just love it, because they don't have to believe in it.
Yeah.
All they have to do is give me permission. The first thing I do is ask, do I have permission to give you Reiki today? And if they say no, then I cannot do it. It's just the law of the universe. So I haven't
What?
had anyone yet say no.
No, I think it's wonderful because it's so universal for everybody who's choosing it, and available for all. At the same time, when you're working, do you have any of the experiences of what you've had with some of the animals you worked with? I mean, could you see images? Was there one in particular that
um,
stands out?
they're pretty general animals. Like I said, they're because first of all, their bodies are so much smaller. Most of what I deal with are cats and
Yeah.
dogs. And and they and unlike a 30 or a 60-minute Reiki with a human being, with an
Yeah.
animal it's usually 10 or 15 minutes if you can keep them still that long. Sometimes what we do is it's better off doing a distance Reiki, where I send the intentions to that cat or dog while they're asleep, which tends to
Yeah.
work great with humans as well, for people that like have trouble sleeping or are anxious, or can't, for one reason or another, be in a certain place at a certain time to receive it. So animals in particular are very, very receptive to it. And
Okay.
once you start giving them the energy and letting the energy flow through you, it's not magic. I'm just like an empty bamboo that the energy flows through. I'm bringing it in and sending it out, and it'll go where it's needed. Most of the time, the energy itself knows where it needs to go. Sometimes you can tell that there's a spot on the animal. A lot of times it's between the shoulder blades, just like
Okay.
humans. They get a lot of stress in
Right.
between the shoulder blades, right at the base of the neck. Um, the hips, of course, are very
Yeah.
sensitive in dogs, especially older dogs. Sometimes a lot of intestinal
Yeah.
discomfort and disorders in that respect. Um, but you really don't know until you are in the situation. And
Wow.
sometimes there is always going to be a case where there won't be any communication at all, whether it's with a human or an animal, where they're just not ready to communicate with you, and they're not ready to relax and let go. But I found, for the most part, 99% of the time, I don't have any trouble communicating with the whoever I'm working on. So
Have you
it's
ever gotten information like it might be their dog food or something causing an issue?
Yes, absolutely, especially when it refers to the gut, or the any part of the gut, like the intestines. um uh and I make my own dog food. Naturally, it's just a mixture of rice, chicken, and mixed vegetables. And it's very healthy and fresh. Um, and the dog food that's purchased over the counter, I'm not a big fan of. And
Okay.
a lot of times I can tell that that's what the problem is, especially
It's
if
the
they're
food.
you can feel the
Mhm.
grumbling, just like in a human, you can feel the grumbling. I can feel it in the belly area. Um, and the cat, and especially with cats, they'll twitch a little, and so you
Yeah.
kind of have a feeling where the discomfort is. There's also I've had a couple cases of uh, arthritis. So
Okay.
yeah.
Wow. Is there a difference afterwards? Do the owners notice a difference?
Almost every time. The only time that they don't is when the animal doesn't respond
Yeah.
at the first onset. If they run away or if they don't want to be touched or held, there's nothing you can do about that. That's just them saying no, thanks, not right now. So you have to respect their space. So
Yeah. So when you work on people and you worked on yourself, what how has it helped you heal? And how's it
oh,
helped others? And I mean, did things come up like maybe they're emotional in some area that they need to heal? It could be a past life, it could be a current life. Can you give us some
absolutely.
situations with that?
Absolutely. All the above. The first thing that I do when I begin is I enter their space gently. I allow the energy to flow, and then I open up their third eye chakra. And the
Yeah.
very first thing we do is assess the chakra itself. You want to see where the seven chakras are in
Right.
alignment, if they're in alignment, if they're in trouble. And so the very first thing we do is align the chakras. Okay, that's the first thing. Then we go back and we assess where there is distress. And it can be
Okay.
physical, mental, emotional. I get a lot of emotional.
Yeah.
There's a lot of emotional that, and all of us know in the real
Yeah.
world, when we have emotional problems, it absolutely gets transformed into something physical.
Yeah.
Okay, ulcers, trouble with our intestines, indigestion, whatever, headaches. I know a lot of people get
Yeah.
headaches with stress and whatnot. So we can tell um, just by the energy flowing, usually where the tough spots are. Not everybody, once again, not everybody is as easy to read because some people just aren't as freely open, and some people aren't familiar with the process, don't know what it's about. So it takes a couple times, and we try to tell them give it a few days, give it 3 or 4 days,
Yeah.
drink lots of water because it can absolutely drain you.
Yeah.
And
Water's important.
most of the time, by the time they're sitting up on the table, they've already said that was fantastic, that was
Yeah.
incredible. Um, they absolutely, especially those that have never done it before, and it's their first time on the table. I've had a couple of people just break down in tears, and it was quite touching and moving, and they were absolutely thrilled. So it's hard. It's different for every person, and every
Yeah.
Reiki person is going to be have a different modality, a different, philosophy, or a different
Yeah.
procedure, just a little bit different. It's all the same basic beliefs and gestures, and a slight touch if the client is okay with that. There's a light touch involved, but it's only at certain points, wrists,
That,
elbows, knees, things like that. But only if the client says it's okay. And by the time we're done, we ground them, and then we close
yeah.
everything up, and then we give thanks, and and they get up slowly. So
Yeah, I feel being grounded is important because I've seen some who get that and they're not being grounded. The grounding is so important after you're done with the session.
yeah, for the Reiki
Um,
person and for the giver and the
and
receiver.
for the giver, it is for both.
Yes.
Yep. And
Yep.
everybody, a lot of people have abilities. They have their psychic abilities, but we also have our own unique spiritual abilities. I tell them we have our own journey. So that's why you have many practitioners, which are amazing, but they all are unique and
Yes.
they can tap into their gifts. And I feel we're all guided or to who we to be with and receive. And people get it, even if they don't know they got it, they got it. It's still working even after
It
they leave
does.
your table. So I think that is amazing. And there's a lot of people who are awakening right now. And, they're wanting to know, they're wanting to learn more. But on your journey, what has it done for you? I mean, how has it shifted you doing your journey? I mean, did it make you go deeper into love? Did it you just feel happier?
I've never felt this kind of peace in my entire life.
Okay. Yeah.
I've never felt so grateful and so blessed and so um, abundant.
Yeah.
Everything has just fallen into place, like someone dumped a puzzle on the table and all the pieces just magically came together.
Uh,
And in the last 2 years, I haven't questioned anything. I've just known that I was right where I was supposed to be, and
yeah.
to trust the process and to follow the journey. I've never had this in my entire life. Now, like I said, I've had snippets.
Yeah.
I'm, retired. I'm fortunate enough to be able to devote all my time to this, but I've never been so enamored or so in love with anything as I have with this before. This is totally engrossing for me. This is totally uh like I said, since the first time I received Reiki, I literally felt like I was levitating off the table, and I knew there was a connection, and
Yeah.
I knew that it was for me. I knew I had to learn to do it, and it wasn't much. It wasn't more than 6 months after my very first Reiki that I was in a class,
Yeah.
and it's completely changed everything about me. Everything. I've done so much purging and eliminating of unnecessary frivolous things in my life that just don't matter anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just cleaning house, literally, physically, emotionally, mentally. I'm just cleaning house, and what that's done for me is allowed this beautiful vessel to fill with love and light, and it's so amazing. It's the most amazing journey I've ever been on. It's tremendous, and
Did
I want to
you
share it with
Yeah,
everybody.
I think it's wonderful and it's exciting and hear people's journeys as they unfold and their own life experiences with it. Did your diet change from it? Did you look at food a little bit different? What shifted you
Hugely.
with that?
Hugely. That was one of the first things that I very easily, and I was always um, very much a clean eater, low
Hmm.
on the totem pole. I always said fresh fruits and vegetables, um, less red meats, not a lot of carbs. And
Yeah.
I thought that we were doing well. However, once I started on this journey,
Yeah.
I haven't eaten a piece of bread in 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
No bread, no pasta, no artificial
Yeah.
sweeteners. I stopped drinking coffee. I just drink tea. And the cleansing is just coming so easily. It's just absolutely phenomenal. It's like it was meant to be. It's just flowing so beautifully. I have no, it didn't bother me one bit to give up anything that I've gotten rid of. Not even, not a thing. So yes,
Yeah. You
my
feel
health has
lighter.
changed.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yep. Not heavy, more active, more energy, which I think is amazing, you know. And the diet does play a big role. So I'm glad that, you're expressing your experience with that too, because that's
absolutely.
important too. Yeah. Your, when people are going through emotional, a lot of it, not all of it, but some of it a lot of it is emotional,
Mhm,
you know,
mhm.
um, depending on what that is. Do you share that with them, what you were getting, so that they can have a better understanding where they
Oh,
need to really
absolutely.
change? Yeah.
Yes, I'll share it with anybody who wants to listen. Yes, because I think it's something that's so pure and so beautiful, and I think everybody should have it. I think everybody should feel as fabulous as I feel, and I think it would benefit the whole planet if we all got together and felt like this. Yes, I wanna share it with everyone.
Yeah. What do you are there any tools you can help people to ground more? What can they do
Hmm.
to ground more? Because a lot of people aren't grounded, you know.
No. Well, I'm fortunate enough to have a big backyard, lots of trees,
Okay.
lots of birds, I do a lot of gardening. I think personally, my favorite and best way to ground is to go out into the backyard barefoot. And
Yeah.
literally, when nobody's looking or if everybody's looking, hug a tree. I'm serious. Go outside,
Yeah.
sit, relax. Sunshine is essential. We know that vitamin D is just totally, it only takes 10 minutes a day to get some of that sunshine into your system. Uh, and it's almost like I call it my active meditation because I just go out and I become one with the earth, with Mother Gaia. Feel
Mm-hmm.
the grass under your feet, feel the tree roots, look up, see the trees just blowing in the breeze, say good morning. They say good morning back.
Mm.
Just enjoy nature. And then you're set for the day. Now, I do a little bit more meditation now than I've ever
Yeah.
done. And, um, and it's always a little bit different. Each one's a little bit different depending what time of day it is, where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm way more mindful, especially of the
Yeah.
planet. I mean, I've always been in love with nature and water and Mother Gaia and just the whole earth in itself, all the creatures, great and small. And so I pay attention very much so because we're all one, we're all part of the same
Yeah.
beautiful universe. So mainly for grounding, like I said, I go out barefoot in the yard. Be careful. I have a lot of bees, but they're really good. I mean, they're part of the world too, so they're a
Yeah.
necessary part. They have to be here. Um, and I find that recently animals are very much attracted to me, even the wild ones. I
Yeah.
have rabbits that will be chased by the dog and they'll run over by me. And the birds are way more abundant. Snakes, I'm not afraid of snakes or spiders or any
Yeah.
of that. They're all part of nature. And I have a little black snake that comes and visits me every day, and I have a gopher tortoise that has a den on my property, and so we keep an eye on him. And those are some of the ways I ground. I just try to stay humble for the most part. I believe in staying in the moment, staying in the
Yeah.
now, because we can get lost in our own minds
Yeah.
easily. 3 o'clock in the morning, you wake up to go to the bathroom, then you can't get back to sleep because the monkey
The
mind or
mind
the
is
wheels are
going.
turning.
Yeah.
But you just have to count your blessings, be grateful,
Yeah.
um, stay grounded, and share the love and the light and the joy. It's a beautiful thing. I'm happy. I couldn't be happier. I said, I've asked my spirit guides more than once, is it possible that I, as happy as I am now, could it get any better? And they said, you have no idea. So I'm looking
Mm.
forward to whatever may come.
Are there, did you read any books or do you recommend any books for
Oh
people?
my
Because
goodness.
people, I feel it shifts the consciousness and it helps them remember. Hmm.
Well, it's funny you should mention that because since I started my journey, now mind you, I was never a book reader because
Yeah.
I attention deficit. I read one paragraph and I'm like, oh, there's a little fly. I go off and do something else. I have a hard time staying focused in a book. I hadn't read a book in probably a whole book in 30 years. But uh, now I have books everywhere on every stand in every bathroom, everywhere in my house are books, 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 books. And I am reading at 6 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 7 o'clock at night, all of them all at once. I was like a sponge. As soon as this hit me,
Yeah.
I couldn't get enough. I'm studying crystals,
Hmm.
um, the Reiki, especially. I like different perspectives. Reiki healing, Reiki with crystals, uh, uh, plus the animal Reiki, um, variety, just a huge variety. The chakras, I learned about the
Yeah.
chakras, of course. And they're nice to have for reference anyways, those reference materials. And what I was doing was trying to determine the path that I was meant to be on. And I knew there were several things that I was interested, and I knew Reiki was the driving force. And then
Okay.
what I learned as I went along is that you have to know the chakras because that's part of the healing process, that's part of the alignment. And it doesn't help to have the crystals because they're very powerful tools especially in Reiki. There are so many healing properties to
Yeah.
all the crystals. That's beautiful. There's a plethora of of beautiful crystals out there that have amazing powers. And so I'm learning to use those and incorporate
Okay.
those. Yep. So there are lots of tools, and you just learn as you go. And what I find is that when you're interested in something that piques your interest like that, you will absorb the knowledge, you will absorb the information, and it won't take much to, to learn and to grow. And I definitely, like I said, I have books everywhere now. So I did
Well,
start out early with Eckhart Tolle, and
okay.
his teachings about living in the
Yeah.
now, which kind of started me on the whole path,
Okay.
and that just opened the door to everything. So, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Those
say
are
anything and
amazing.
everything that interests you, just trust your heart, trust it.
Intuition, your own heart.
Yes.
Yeah. Follow your own heart.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. I think it's wonderful because it's giving people, to learn. You can Google anything nowadays. You can Google
Right.
books.
Right.
You can Google chakras,
Oh,
and
exactly. Oh,
yeah,
and you
and
can sit and watch
classes.
videos till the end of time, and
Yeah.
there are so many different ones, but I'm good at skimming, so I can
Yeah.
pick up bits and pieces and put them together where they're needed. So that's a plus for me. And I know what I like, and I know what I love and enjoy, and this is
Yeah.
definitely at the top of my list. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I'm glad you're working with the crystals. I think that's wonderful to incorporate it. Do you put them under your Reiki bed?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, one big selenite, usually
Oh,
rose
wow.
quartz,
Yep.
malachite, not malachite, a little turquoise, a little amethyst,
Yep.
um, uh, hematite, a
Okay.
variety. And sometimes it depends on the person themselves. Selenite is definitely a nice grounding
Yeah, it is.
stone. That's my biggest piece. But yes, I keep those under. I charge them on a regular basis, but I keep those under the bed at all times. So
Oh, I think that's wonderful. And I tell you what, you guys make sure you call her for your animal or for you and get a wonderful experience. And Nancy, you're amazing. How can people get a hold of you? Do you have a website or an email? I mean, how can they get a hold of you?
sure thing. They can call me. My phone number is 941-600-1550, or they can email me at the number 4, please, FLEAS, number 2, go at verizon.net. That's 4 fleas to go at
Wow.
verizon.net.
I think that's wonderful. I mean, you have such a passion and so much love to offer service. And, you're just being the light and the love as you move through your day, and a good example for people that they can shift their thoughts. They can be more positive, and look at things in a different perception too. And I think everyone can heal themselves. I believe that. I feel that we have people like you and myself and others who hold the space and assist in it,
Yes,
in their own healing. But I feel everybody's guided to you. I feel somebody calls you. There's a reason why they call you. It isn't just I'm
absolutely.
just calling you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Trust the
again,
process.
right. And again, how can people get a hold of you again?
941-600-1550, or text me or email me at 4fleas2go at verizon.net. I am also on Facebook, and you're
Oh
welcome to
yeah.
message me. Nancy Lord.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. Yeah, so people can like you and they can follow you and see what you're up to and
Absolutely.
what you post. I think it's wonderful. Make sure you get a session with Nancy. She's beautiful. She's so heart-centered and she's amazing. And we'll have you back and we'll follow up where your path is and where you are in a couple of months.
I
And
love it.
thank you.
Thanks,
Yes, thank
Sherry.
you.
Thank you for
Thank you
having me.
so
It's been
much.
wonderful.
We love having you. Thank you, Nancy Lord. Make sure you contact
Thanks.
her. She's beautiful. And if you need any information about her, we have her information on our website at www.sherrylord.com. And we just bless all of you who are watching us. Make sure to share our page and like us. And we're also on YouTube, so you can get notifications from YouTube if you watch us on YouTube. We'll see you all later. We'll see everybody next Tuesday. And thank you again, Nancy, for what you offer in your heart and love that you're sharing with the world. Blessing all and prosperity for 2026 and a lot of love.
Thanks, Sherry.
International psychic medium and podcast host Sherry Lord. She is one of the most sought after psychic mediums. Book your special readings. Go to www.sherrylord.com.